Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Orange City, Shannon Beadors' ex's harassing texts revealed in court. Orange star, Shannon Beadors' ex-husband, David Beadors' harassing texts have been revealed in court. He and his estranged wife, Leslie Beador, are currently embroiled in a temporary restraining order situation. So what did the texts say and how horrific are they? Keep reading for more details. When Shannon Beador was married to David Beador, they were not in a good space. There were so many struggles and he eventually cheated on her. Luckily, they reconnected and recommitted, which helped their 3 daughters, Sophie, Adeline, and Stella. Unfortunately, it was not enough to keep them together, and they divorced with him moving on. He married Leslie Beador, and they had a daughter together. They seemed happy enough until it became combative, and it appeared that they were headed for divorce. Allegations flew, and the two were splitting and getting back together regularly. A little over a year ago, restraining orders were filed, but then they looked like they were trying again. Now, that has all changed, and Leslie is back to the temporary restraining order. According to In Touch Weekly, Leslie shared texts between herself and David to help her case. It all started when he accused Leslie of having feelings for her ex, Eric's, which she has vehemently denied. Eric's came by the couple's home to get their 2 children when David supposedly lashed out at him. Per Leslie, all the children were present and witnessed David's behavior toward Eric's. It was very scary. I recorded this whole incident and will provide the videos to the court. All my children are terrified by David's behavior. After this incident, I received about 59 harassing texts from David in a row telling me I was having sex with him. I should go have sex with him, and was accusing me of all kinds of things that could never be possible. David truly needs help. He gets in an obsessive mania state. When it came to David's texts to Leslie, he claimed she and Eric's referred to him as a monster. Shannon Beadors' ex-husband continued to add, "You both stealing from me to support your baby daddy. I'm setting a boundary." To that, Leslie Beador had this to say, "Great, you're sick. So toxic. I'm leaving you." David seemingly did not care as he gave her a goodbye and ended it. However, it was not over and David Beador had more to text. "You might be right. I have PTSD from you 2 lovebirds, and your continued attacks on how I caused all the strife in your 2's lives because I felt your baby daddy should pay child support for your 2 children, and you 2 both felt I should happily pay and let Eric's off to spend his money on himself. At the end of the day, I am to blame because Eric's should pay child support. You said that over and over." During their additional texts, David Beador told Leslie Beador to get a job while their daughter was at school. He used to ask Shannon Beador what she did during the day while he was off at work, so it's history repeating itself. Leslie suggested that he seek professional help and begged for him to stop harassing her. He did bring up Shannon in an earlier communication, where he referred to his ex as a saint in comparison to Leslie. The couple has a hearing in October, but for now, there's a restraining order. Time will tell how these texts will play into the ultimate decision. The drama on The Real Housewives of Orange County pales in comparison to the real-life courtroom revelations recently made in the case of Shannon Beador and her ex-husband, David Beador. As the 2 continue to fight over issues stemming from their contentious divorce, a shocking new chapter has emerged. The focus has shifted from custody battles and alimony disputes to something much darker: harassing texts allegedly sent by David Beador to Shannon that have now been revealed in court. For years, fans of RHOC watched Shannon navigate her tumultuous marriage to David. From the moments of heartbreak when his infidelity came to light to their bitter separation, the Beadors' personal life became a storyline that gripped viewers. But now, the harrowing details of their post-divorce communication paint an even more toxic picture of their relationship. The courtroom bombshell. Shannon Beador, flanked by her legal team, sat in court on Monday as evidence of her ex-husband's behavior came to light. The text messages, which spanned several months, were said to reveal a disturbing pattern of harassment and emotional manipulation. While many of the messages were described as cruel and taunting, some allegedly crossed into the territory of threats, leaving Shannon feeling unsafe. One such message, shown on a large screen in the courtroom, read, "You think you're so tough with your new friends. No one's going to save you when this all blows up in your face. You deserve everything coming your way." The room fell silent as the text was displayed, and Shannon's attorney described how the constant barrage of messages left her client in a state of anxiety and fear. According to her legal team, this was not just a case of an angry ex-husband lashing out, but a pattern of abuse meant to intimidate and control. A pattern of control. David Beador's texts, presented as evidence in court, weren't only full of insults or threats. Many were also deeply manipulative, designed to play on Shannon's vulnerabilities. Another text allegedly read, "Our daughters will see the truth soon enough. They'll know who you really are, and you'll end up alone. Keep pretending with your fake friends on TV." Shannon's attorneys argued that these texts were meant to undermine her confidence, especially in her role as a mother. The messages appeared to target her insecurities, making her question her worth and her relationships with her children. The court was told that the texts intensified whenever Shannon appeared happy or was seen publicly enjoying life. Friends of that Housewives star have reportedly witnessed her struggle with these ongoing attacks. "It was like a psychological warfare," one close friend shared in a statement. Every time Shannon tried to move on, he would send another cruel message, dragging her back into this cycle of hurt. Shannon speaks out. While Shannon remained composed during much of the courtroom proceedings, she eventually broke her silence, giving a moving statement about how the constant harassment has affected her life. "For years, I've tried to be strong," Shannon began, her voice shaky with emotion. "I've wanted to show my daughters that I can handle anything. But no one should have to endure this kind of torment from someone they once trusted with their life." She went on to describe how these texts had left her feeling trapped, unable to move forward with her life after the divorce. "Every time I thought I was finally free, I'd receive another message, and it would all come flooding back, everything I went through in that marriage. The gaslighting, the manipulation, the constant feeling of being belittled." Shannon's legal team echoed her sentiments, emphasizing that the messages were more than just venting from a bitter ex. "This is about power," her attorney stated. David Beador has continued to exert control over Shannon through these texts, even after their marriage ended. "This is harassment, plain and simple." David's defense. Despite the overwhelming evidence presented by Shannon's team, David Beador's attorney attempted to downplay the significance of the texts. According to David's defense, the messages were taken out of context, and while they admitted that some were emotionally charged, they denied that any of the texts amounted to threats or harassment. "Divorce is messy," David's lawyer argued. "People say things they don't mean in the heat of the moment, especially when children are involved. These texts are the product of a father who feels alienated from his children and frustrated with his ex-wife." However, Shannon's legal team was quick to counter, noting that the pattern of messages showed a clear intent to harm. "This isn't a one-time thing," her attorney pointed out. "This is months of sustained emotional abuse." A path forward. As the court proceedings continue, it's unclear what the next steps will be for Shannon Beador. The Housewives star has expressed a desire to protect herself and her children from further harm, and her attorneys are seeking a restraining order against David, barring him from contacting Shannon outside of matters directly related to their children. In the aftermath of this legal battle, many of Shannon's fans and fellow cast members have rallied around her. RAOC co-star Emily Simpson shared her support for Shannon on social media, writing, "You are strong, you are brave, and no one should ever have to endure what you've been through. We've got your back, Shannon. Others in the RHOC universe have chimed in as well, with Tamra Judge offering her words of encouragement. It's hard to see someone you care about go through something like this. Shannon's been through so much, and it's time for her to have peace. The impact of public scrutiny. For Shannon, the court case isn't just about protecting herself from David. It's also about raising awareness of the emotional abuse many endure behind closed doors. It's easy for people to look at someone like me on TV and think I've got it all together, Shannon said in a recent interview. But no one truly knows what someone's going through until the truth comes out. As the trial continues, Shannon hopes to emerge not just as a survivor, but as an advocate for those who feel silenced by their abusers. The text messages revealed in court are more than just evidence in a legal battle. They are a testament to the long-lasting scars that emotional abuse can leave behind. In the world of Real Housewives, drama often reigns supreme. But for Shannon Beador, this real-life turmoil serves as a reminder that even the glitziest reality stars face struggles far beyond what the cameras capture.